We all have experienced the time that we were going to an interview and they gave us multiple scenarios to describe a time that we had to complete a task. These questions are used to analyze your answers as well as reveal personal traits about yourself, such as problem solving, leadership skills, ambition, and ability to get a job done. Researchers also use this method with designs. It's called direct storytelling. Direct storytelling comes from the social science method called narrative inquiry. This allows researchers to understand people and document experiences from personal stories that are told. Direct storytelling is a qualitative method and is considered a method of ethnography. It's used as direct observation when time and other factors prevent other methods of design. Direct storytelling begins by the researcher introducing a writing prompt. Tell me about a time that you did this. Tell me about a time that you did that. It's somewhat like the questions that you get at an interview. Researchers continue to lead the conversation thoroughly so participants can feel comfortable and express stories clearly without being nervous. They ask questions as like to who, what, when, where, and how, which gives details about the story, and they may also ask about their environment. If a participant doesn't feel comfortable talking to the conductor, the story will not be efficient. Details are a very important factor when conducting a direct storytelling method. Being engaged and showing interest in the story can result in the participant becoming very comfortable, which will result in a better story. An example of direct storytelling would be asking an individual about the last time they attended a public or family event. Who did they interact with at the event? Who did they come alone? Did they come with someone else? Where was the event hosted? Describe the surroundings. How did they feel when they arrived versus when they left? How long did they stay? Did they feel comfortable interacting with people, or would they rather just be alone? Another scenario would be providing a time that you were forced to work in a group. What was the task that you had to complete? How did you go about completing the task? What did you contribute to the group as an individual? What were your feelings about working in a group? Would you rather work alone? Did you pick your role, or did you just handle the parts that were left over after everyone else chose their parts? Research leaders direct with questions, while another member write down the details of the session. Documentation is very critical. It is important that all central ideas of the story are identified based on the participants' emphasis and interpretations of the story told, which means whatever is important to the individual needs to be taken down as very important. Research members look for patterns through similar traits and ideas that emerge from the story or the other scenarios. These are used to examine the experiences and are utilized through maps and diagrams. Diagrams and references are most significant parts of the participants' experiences, and they help to identify similar themes and ideas. As said before, details are extremely important when analyzing stories that are given. Group members work together once all ideas and themes are organized in order to come together with the decision of what happens next. Results of direct storytelling contribute directly to the design decisions. Direct storytelling is a good base. However, further research may be required. Piggybacking off the two scenarios that were provided with the group project and the family event, they both may provide characteristics of being an introvert. They don't want to be around people. They avoid communication. And both of these characteristics might be identified through the two scenarios, which helps to do a design that's best for the individual. In order to better understand an individual, all group members must have empathy. This means that they can understand and share the feeling of others, just like the two scenarios, being uncomfortable around people, providing that they're introvert. They must be able to put themselves in the position of the individual to better understand so that the design process is more efficient. Even though direct storytelling is time efficient, it requires a lot of time and effort to review and analyze the stories being told. Analyzing the stories requires a good understanding of the information presented by the individual telling the story. But also, in order to efficiently understand, we must also have a good storyteller. They must give vivid details. You must do your job as a conductor in order to make the storyteller feel comfortable and that you're interested in what they're saying. Another example would be on the job, giving scenarios to the workers when they had their best days at work. How did they work and how were they able to work efficiently on the job? Circumstances that caused them to work harder, and then compare and contrast their answers. Meaning, like, they might say that it was cool some days and there some days it was hot. Others might work better with music, which may be allowed if safety hazards aren't also included. Teachers might also use direct storytelling in order to enhance the classroom setting to better fit the students. They may ask questions as, describe the times that you were able to better understand material presented in class. What were the teaching methods? Did they play games? Like, what did they do? How were the students positioned in the class? Did they work in groups or did they work by themselves? Restaurants can also use this in order to improve and add new things in order to better their business. I had a personal experience while I worked at Johnny's Pizza. We had a Facebook page where customers were able to give reviews about their experiences there, what was good, what was bad, the customer service and the food. A bad entree might cause elimination to the entree. Bad customer service might cause termination to a server or anybody that's not doing their job. Public speakers and preachers also use direct storytelling, but in a different way. TED Talks are a great example of direct storytelling basis in speeches. They can be used as testimonials or a way to inspire the audience. An example would be Zara Abram, who was a public speaker featured on TED Talks. She used her professional journey in order to show the crowd that success is possible. Psychiatrists also use direct storytelling, somewhat like how the researchers use it. They ask clients to tell their stories about various events in their life, how they made them feel, and how they reacted to them. Psychiatrists then take notes, analyze the characteristics in order to help their clients. Ayanna Fix My Life is a great example of this that is presented on TV. And she used these ways to help her clients. Direct storytelling is time efficient and it doesn't require a lot of resources. It allows researchers to know exactly how their clients feel based off the information given through the stories. It's very affordable and it doesn't require a whole lot of money, but it does require equal effort from each team member. For example, we can have a good conductor, but the person that's recording the notes must be as efficient as the storyteller. Direct storytelling is also efficient because storytelling activates the auditory cortex of the brain. Researchers have found that individuals are more likely to remember the details of stories than just regular information. Humans are more tuned with stories. It causes individuals to pay close attention. Researchers are able to better understand and analyze material presented in stories rather than regular information in an informative way. In conclusion, direct storytelling is a very interesting and efficient method. We all have been subjects of direct storytelling in one way or another. Direct storytelling is used in order to identify personality traits fit for a job. It's also used with design methods, job schools, and even